I go over here. Okay, I'm back. And I'm a real noob at this, guys, so you really have to be patient with me. So I'm hoping to get a live stream Q&A going for Monday morning Australia time. And I think that that is evening in the US or afternoon in the US, and I think it's evening in Europe, and then I think it's nighttime, late night time in the UK. But I think mornings are the best, because that way that Monday morning it will actually work out it's still Sunday in the US and in the UK and Europe and that, and I think that's how it works. So that's what I'll do. Monday morning is the best for me. Australia time, I think I'll try for about 8:30 Monday morning Australia time. So I'm just doing a test right now. I'm thinking that the subject that I'll discuss will be Hermetic science, and then you guys can just ask me questions, and then that way I can answer the questions, because I think that's really the best way I can help people now, is that you guys just ask me what you guys aren't really, you know, kind of understanding, or if you need more information about something, and then I can actually utilize all of the knowledge that I've got saved, and we can go and look up things together, and I think that's the best use of my time. So rather than just saying, well, I'm just not going to upload anymore, I'm just not going to do any more updates, I will still try and do a Q&A hopefully once a week, say like every Monday morning, or even a fortnight. But I think this is the best way I can help others understand this knowledge. I'm not saying that I'm this holy grail of knowledge, that everything I say is absolutely 100% correct. I'm just basically using my last 10 years of research. And so everything that I then tell you guys using the research that I've studied, I hope you guys will go and take that and then do more research and do more study, because that's how it works, guys. Like, nobody is going to gift you truth. The whole idea of basically having possession of this knowledge, of understanding this knowledge, is dependent on you confirming it over and over and over for yourself. So if you just go from channel to channel, you know, book to book, you know, favorite author to favorite author, and just continually consume what everyone else is telling you to believe, you're never going to actually understand this knowledge in the way that you have to grasp it at that really, really deep level that becomes an understanding for you. So I hope that I've pretty much covered that 100 times. I've tried to make that clear to people, that you can't just listen to me or listen to somebody else and then they're just going to give you the truth. You have to go and research it and confirm it over and over and over again for yourself. And that's why it's so important to go to cross-culture mythology, cross-culture theology. That is why the sacred text site that I've got up on the screen is one of the most important resources that you can get, because you have to go back to the texts and the knowledge in its purest form. You don't want to listen to somebody else interpreting it for you. You have to understand it for yourself on that level, on that very, very deep level. So anyway, I'll leave it here. This is just, as I said, a test. I'm not kind of really an expert at this software. I had my son set everything up, so I'm probably going to do so many things wrong and it's going to be a real shit show. So have a laugh at my expense. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that want to do that. Well, here's your chance. But yeah, so I think that this is the best way I can serve you all, is to be here and help you understand this knowledge and direct you, because that's really what I'm going to do. I'm not going to give you the answer and say, well, there you go, you've got the answer, now you can absolutely just go away and you're right, you don't need to do anything. I'm going to actually just direct you to where you can find the answers to your questions, because you need to be the ones that go and seek this out. And yeah, I haven't done a video in a long time. Stop, listen, think. I've forgotten. I know that's, and you've been around for a long time too. A lot of you guys, all of you guys, Rochelle, you've been around. I mean, you know, there are a few of us that are still around. Not many, okay, because a lot of us, we took different paths and some of us stumbled, but you know, we just have to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off and keep going, all right? Because there's not one way to the truth, okay? There's many ways, and we all have to learn along the way too. I mean, that's why we're here, guys. We're here to learn, and the only way you learn is when you make mistakes. And you just don't give up, okay? You just have to, you know, brush off, you know, the dirt, just stand up, dust yourself off, and then keep going, you know, and we've all done that. I mean, I'm not saying that I haven't done that. I've done that, you know, and it's important that we just get back on the path. That's what's more important than anything else. So, anyway, so I'm going, I suppose this can be my video that is announcing that I'm going to do a live stream Q&A this coming Monday at 8:30 a.m. Queensland time, Australian time. I think that's Eastern Standard Time, Queensland. And so you guys, if you're around and you see that I'm online and I'm on air, just join, you know. I mean, that's really what I'm going to do. I mean, if there's 2 people listening to me, I really don't care. You know, I don't know if you guys have worked it out or not, but I do like to talk. So, you know, it just gives me an outlet to kind of reinforce this knowledge for myself as well. So, yeah, that's how I'm going to use this. So, yeah, this coming Monday, 8:30 a.m., Australian Eastern Standard Time. That's when I will start my Q&A. Don't know how long I'll go for, you know, probably till I run out of things to say, or if you guys don't have any more questions. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to it as well, Rochelle. I really am, because I think this is the best way to utilize my time now, rather than just uploading random videos about different subjects. It's good to know what you guys kind of get, and you don't really need any more information, but some of the stuff you might just not have a complete handle on it. And so if I can help, and I'm not saying I can, but if there is a way that I can direct you to help you out, you know, to answer those questions, then absolutely, that is something that I want to do. And that's why I feel, you know, it is best that I kind of move over onto, you know, into these Q&As. And I have to give a shout out to Suspicious Observers. I mean, I know we've had our little, you know, fallouts, and I mean, all of us have had our little fallouts along the way, haven't we? Had our little, you know, our little moments, so to speak. But he does a Q&A, and I thought, that's such a good idea, I could do that too. So and I am listening to his 2-minute nightly reports, because, you know, we're back in solar maximum now, so it's all really exciting with the space weather again, and there's a lot of changes happening up in our atmosphere, because our magnetosphere is weakening and has weakened a lot more than since we last were observing it back in 2011. It's not to say that I agree with everything that Ben's saying. I do think that Ben misses a lot when it comes to the spiritual aspect of everything, which is really where this all originates. It's from the spiritual aspect, and then the physical is really just an extension of it. But you know, that's something that I'm definitely going to be discussing too, because it fits in. And I mean, this is what, you know, Ben is finding, and Graham Hancock as well. You know, they're all talking about the cycle and the 12,000 year catastrophe. And hello, this is what we've been talking about with the Great Year, with the Golden Age, with the Silver Age, with the Iron Age, you know, the Bronze Age. I mean, this is what I've been saying. But they're kind of missing the whole circular cycle of the Great Year. You know, they're not really completing their understanding of it. They've identified that every 12,000 years there's actually a cataclysm. Yep, that's called the Silver Gate. When we come out of the Golden Age and we hit the Silver Gate, well then this is, you know, when the continents sink, and there's certain areas that continue to, you know, stay intact because the divine built them in those areas knowing that they wouldn't actually move. So you've got the pyramids in Egypt, and the reason that we see there's high level technology in those pyramids, and then the hieroglyphs came later, it's because after the Silver Gate and we had the cataclysm, we had other peoples discovering those sites, those ancient sites, and probably having a lot of knowledge about the divine too at that time, because they were still very much in the Silver Age, and so the divine still would have been illuminated. We would have still known who the gods were, but so they actually didn't have, though, that technology that we had in the Golden Age, because as we move down the Great Year, we're losing access to the light, we're losing access to the ether, and we're losing access to all of the different skills and characteristics and attributes that brings out in the divine man, and even in mortals, you know. So anyway, I'm tangenting off again, and I can't wait because I can discuss all this stuff with you guys now. So it's going to be so cool. It's going to be so awesome. Let me know what you want to discuss. Let me know some of the subjects that you want to talk about. As I said, I'll start off with Hermetic science because I pretty much know that inside and out now. So I know I can be a help to you guys if you have any questions about Hermetic science. But hey, we can discuss anything. You guys tell me what you want to discuss, and every week we can have a different subject. But I mean, if you have random questions, you know, throw them out to me as well, and I'll do the best I can to, as I said, direct you to how to where you can gain access to information that might answer your questions. And yes, I know, yeah, we all had small fallouts. I know, look, and it's going to happen, and I think the best thing we can do is just laugh about it and move on and move forward, because really at the end of the day, isn't it really about finding truth? I mean, finding answers, you know, I mean, this is really what it's all about, guys. It's not about being right, you know, and I'm sure I got plenty of things wrong, you know, and I'm sure there's going to be people when they find out that I'm doing a live Q&A that they're going to join, and they're going to let me know exactly how they, you know, feel about what I've said and things that I have stated that they don't agree with. It's not about being right, okay? For people that want truth, it's about finding that truth. And so we should be able to come together and discuss it in a way where we move through all of these different opinions and we find out what rings true. And if we feel that somebody else may have a little bit more of an understanding or have put the dots together a little bit more in a way that's like logical, we should be open to that. And that's the only way that we're going to continue to, you know, increase our knowledge. If we just cut ourselves off, then we're not going to, you know, really understand anything beyond what we believe the truth is. And we don't want beliefs. That is what hinders so many people. They find information, they put it together in a way that they like, and then as soon as somebody else comes along and says, well, actually, what about this? And it kind of doesn't align with what they've already wanted the truth to be, then that's not going to be helpful. That person is going to just stick down and not want to be open to any other knowledge. So the first thing you've got to do is be able to admit when you get it wrong. And as I've said, we've all got it wrong from time to time. And the whole idea is that we just have to go, okay, well, yeah, that actually sounds good. You know, I mean, there's some things that I'm getting from Ben that I'm like, yeah, right. You know, like that makes absolute sense. You know, I didn't see that before. And so that's what we've got to be open to. The moment we think we've got it all, the moment we think there's nobody else that can help us understand, you know, something a bit deeper or in another way, is the moment, well, you may as well just give up, because all you're going to be stuck with are beliefs. Okay, so the whole focus, the whole motivation should be always on the truth, on understanding the truth. And even if it's something we don't want to hear, that's too bad. You know, truth is not going to be something that's rainbows and unicorn farts. Okay, it's not going to be pretty to look at, but it is what it is. And when we embrace it and we come to terms with it and we understand it on that level, then it does bring a sense of peace. It's like, well, that's what it is. You know, I can bang my head against a wall and not want to accept it, or I can just accept it. So anyway, again, moving into tangenting off another subject, but this is probably what you can expect that my live streams will be. I do tangent a lot, but as I said, if you guys can throw questions at me, then I'll tend not to tangent so much and try and think of the next thing I want to talk about. Anyway, I will leave it here, guys. It's hopefully been a good first test. As I said, I'm going to make lots of mistakes, so expect that. I'm a complete noob when it comes to live streaming, so I've got to learn from the very beginning. Lucky my son is a little bit of a techie, and he will be home on Monday morning, and he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to help me. I'm sure he's going to be happy about that. So good to see some familiar faces, guys, and I'm really looking forward to chatting with you all in the coming weeks. So I'll leave it here, and as I said, I'll see you all next Monday, and as always, peace out.